Okay, so we've never done a documentary before.
I don't think so.
No, we haven't. And I am pleasantly surprised with this one.
Yeah, this was, we saw Jodorowsky's Dune.
Oh, man.
So this one's going to require some explanation, obviously. I'm assuming that most of the people who are watching this, you've heard of Dune in some incarnation or other, whether it be the novel, the David Lynch movie, or some other variation. So, at one point, a filmmaker named Alejandro Jodorowsky was going to make his own adaptation of Frank Herbert's Dune, even though he had never read the book. Go figure.
Just the kind of guy he was after doing movies like El Topo and Holy Mountain.
Oh, yeah.
Just fuck it, I'm going in.
Yeah, he had a very carefree attitude as far as his filmmaking went, but he got results. I can't argue with what the man was able to do. You can question the quality of his films, but he made money.
Exactly. And then when he was working on the Dune project, he was going all out.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost not even worth mentioning what came before, because this was going to be a multi-million-dollar bonanza.
Yes,
it was going to be one of the greatest things the 70s had ever produced, and it might have put Star Wars in its shadow.
Yeah, because the idea being that this was to predate Star Wars, and if this movie had been made as intended, we may not have ever even gotten Star Wars, or at least not in the form that we know it as today.
Exactly.
Well, we probably wouldn't have gotten prequels.
No, that's
you know what I'm saying.
Sure. But saying that, it's the movie that they were going to make. They were going to have his son play the young David.
Yeah, it was going to be Jodorowsky's son
playing Atreides.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were going to have. They had this big cast.
Yeah, they had a very odd cast
of mostly musicians, it seemed.
Yeah,
musicians and artists.
But I think it was going to work out, actually.
They asked what? Who?
It was one of the more notable inclusions was Salvatore Dali.
Right.
Right.
Rossi.
Someone from Pink Floyd.
Yeah, someone from Pink Floyd.
Actually, no. All of they wanted Pink Floyd to do the do all the music.
Right.
And then they had recruited H.R. Geiger of
Alien.
Everything pretty much. As far as like contemporary sci-fi goes, they had recruited him to do a lot of the alien designs and a lot of the.
Then
alien world design as well,
and then plus also the book that he had for the story, the whole story book.
Yeah, they basically compiled a massive, so what they normally refer to these things as are Bibles, and that's what they're known as whenever you have something that has such an incredible. Such a continuity and artwork and all that it needed to be kept track of very carefully, and usually in filmmaker circles these are referred to as Bibles. Jodorowsky had one that was of such a grand scale, and he was actually referring to it throughout the documentary in order to show off some of the artwork, some of the concept designs for characters, locations, and other miscellaneous like ships and whatnot, ship designs.
Exactly. The artwork was just phenomenal.
It was. I mean, almost half the movie was just talking about all the people who did the art for him.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed the anecdotes about finding people in hotels that this guy, he went himself to like Spain and other places just to find people that he's seen, and he was assembling quite a super team, and that's what makes this all the more tragic.
Right.
They never even got to production.
This was going to be a movie that was driven on passion, and Jodorowsky clearly whether you agree with how far he deviated from the original Dune story or not, the man knew what kind of movie he wanted to make. He knew obviously what he had to do to get the film made. Unfortunately, the costs of the movie were something that he sorely underestimated, and that ended up being his downfall.
And then of course, the production companies.
Yeah, I mean,
Hollywood.
I don't blame it on the budget as much as just them not identifying with the project and saying.
Well, that too, but a lot of it was in large part because the budget had gone so far overestimate from what they originally had conceptualized it at. I mean, a movie like this, if it were made today, would easily go into the $200 million range at least.
I would say
at least
quarter.
Twice. Yeah.
I would say $250,000. $250 million, I should say.
Anyway, it was really fun actually when we saw the storyboards come to life, and it was starting to put together shots. It's still conceptual. Unfortunately, there was no real footage from the set. They just weren't able to get going there. But my God, I mean, he had some ideas, and I just loved what the first shot of this movie was going to be. And I have no idea how they were going to do it in the 70s. Yeah. But holy crap, it would have been amazing.
It probably would have.
They had the artistic talent behind it that I think they could have made it work.
Yes, exactly.
Somehow.
Zooming in like from a galaxy to just one person, right? Or no, it's some guy on a planet. They would have gone that far past pirate ships and explosions and planets and comets, whatever. It was an incredible living storyboard that we got to see.
And what even amazed me, he even went as far as getting his son taught martial arts.
Oh yeah,
for 2 years.
For two straight years.
Yeah, 2 years, and they said that he trained every day for those 2 years, trying to get ready for the part and to get his body ready, which is mind blowing when you think about it, especially back then.
And what really got me was when they lost everything, when they lost the production of it, the director what was it say? I can't pronounce it. I have a hard time.
Alejandro Jodorowsky.
Jodorowsky and the.
That's with a J, by the way, not an H.
Right. Well, him and the director actually had it falling out. We weren't talking for how many years?
Well, it was Jodorowsky and the
producer.
The producers.
Producer.
Yeah. They. Oh God, I can't even remember exactly when they had their falling out, but they didn't reconnect until like about 2 or 3 years ago.
During the whole documentary.
Yeah, and and then they made a movie together.
Yeah,
we got to see that.
And this was after Jodorowsky had actually vowed to never make another movie ever again because he was so heartbroken over Dune going kaput that to even try to make another movie was just, too painful for him.
You could see the pain. Oh my God! When he started talking about why it didn't work, he was so angry.
Not only was he angry, but you can also see the sadness of that the movie didn't work.
He was
genuine
heartbroken. He honestly did not want to make another movie again. Finally, Jodorowsky and his producer did reconnect, and they did make one more movie that did just. I believe it played at Cannes.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, gotta look that up, by the way. Does anyone remember what it was called?
Oh, I could do that right now.
So while he's doing that, so the other thing that they mentioned was that Jodorowsky now he realizes that with the technology of today, something like Dune would maybe be better served as something animated, and I actually agree with him.
So do I.
Yes.
I would think it would be amazing.
I mean, sure, but I would have taken 1975 live-action Dune over anything animation today.
Honestly,
if it can't happen,
we're talking about being feasible here. He would be able to realize his vision with an animated movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what you mean. I would rather it be live action as well, but I don't think that it could be done. At least not properly, not in the way he envisioned it.
What year was it submitted? Do you know?
You know, like 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
I think it could have. We just need studio. They would have needed studio backing.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
if it could.
and most studios would probably not want to get on board with something like that. But
I think it would have definitely made its money today. I think so.
possibly.
If Avatar could, and Avatar is amazing, you know, technology had to be invented for that movie, then it could happen again, you know?
That's fair.
I'm looking it up right now, and I don't see. I don't know if you can tell, but
What did you even search?
I went to the 2012 Cannes Film Festival.
That's the long way around.
Yeah. Just search Jodorowsky. I'll spell it.
Well, okay.
The Dance of Reality.
And El Topo, the sequel.
Well, yeah, but that's coming later.
All right.
And 3, 2, 1. So yeah, the name of that film was The Dance of Reality.
I'm gonna watch it.
And it's actually based on. It's supposed to be based on the autobiography of his book.
Okay.
So
that's actually that's kind of intriguing that it's a very different direction for him to take, but I think it's the most natural for him given all of the events that he's undertaken in his life. So I kind of like the idea of him doing something based on his own autobiography, just to kind of ease his way back in.
well. He is an amazing director. I will admit it. I would not be surprised.
He's a passionate director.
He's very passionate.
I'm sure.
And everything that just works. Especially with one of his earlier ones was El Topo, with when he has his own son standing with him, and he's basically telling his son, bury your toy to be a man.
Yeah, it was,
That was
the
great.
toy and a picture of his mom.
Yeah,
Powerful.
Very powerful.
very powerful.
So, how exactly do we rate this exactly? Given that it is a documentary, you can't really. I don't think it's really fair to do a matinee or full price kind of rating for this.
Let's basically just give it a 1 through 5 rating.
I don't know if I want to do that either, because then it's still, you're still doing something quantitative.
Well, then just.
I mean, obviously, I'm going to say go see this. Go see the
Same
movie.
here. I
totally say go see it, because anyone who wants an education from the perspective of one of the most eccentric and one of the most passionate directors of all time should definitely go see this movie.
And I fully agree with you.
To be more exacting, I mean, I would say see this less for about a movie that wasn't made, and more for what still. I mean, even if it didn't get made, all the ideas where they went later on.
Oh, yes, that was the one thing that we left out, how there were dozens and dozens of ideas that were taken from his movie, and you see them pop up in things that we know today.
Star Wars
for sure.
Star Trek.
Ridley Scott taking H.R. Giger for Alien when he probably would have passed underneath.
Yes.
If Jodorowsky did not. Yeah. Did fine.
Even the Predator.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, there were several crew members that were taken for Predator.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that alone is worth seeing this movie for. But, I mean, just for the learning experience, I totally recommend seeing this movie.
Definitely.
Totally. Yep.
So,
Gotta
I would say that would be it.
For any movie enthusiast, if you want to brush up on your history, it's good to know about this.
Definitely go see it. I think we're in agreement then.
Yep.
All right.